this. I'm not gonna relearn keyboard controls like a third time.
I forgot that I switched my controller to direct input for this.
My controller does a funny thing where until I get into the game, the Y button is like my A button, and then when I'm actually like in the game, it fixes itself, and then if I exit out, it stays fixed. I don't know why.
That's a funny meme.
Very weird thing.
I find that in general, if you have the option of direct input for Affinia, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
It seems to play the most nice with it.
I agree. Well, shit. What the fuck of? Oh yeah. What are we even doing? That was what I was gonna ask. So I can check drop charts if you guys want.
I'm not too concerned with drop charts until we get into very hard at least.
Yeah, it's probably fair.
It looks like I'm 38, so...
Yeah, I'm like 35 or something.
I'm 38. I'm 38 years old. Not yet, though. 7 more years for me on that one.
Yeah, just a stone's throw off.
I'm 50, not yet though.
I'm dead.
This is me actually astrally projecting from the future to the past. That I'm actually 38 one day.
I can't disprove that.
Yeah.
I'm the reanimated corpse of a space pirate, but not yet.
But not yet. But it is really cool when it happens.
Trust me, it's a coming.
What's your
In the
name?
next handful of decades or so.
Mines.
I say so. Yeah. I'm down for mines.
Yeah, why not?
Mines. I seem to recall that Mines has pretty generally the best drops across the board for most of our section IDs.
It's also like the best experience values.
Yeah, that's true. Experience value for time committed because it's also short.
Now, what about experiences as friendships, though? I feel like we have a lot of good moments in mind.
Obviously, all maps are good for experiences in reference to friendship because it's all a part of the journey of our.
Except the caves.
Well, except caves. I kind of like the caves from time to time, but
you have to set aside an entire weekend to spend 20 minutes in caves.
It's not an everyday food for sure.
Whoa, why are there windmills and shit now? What is
Shit,
happening?
dude, your server came up at the top of the list. We're about to get fucking bumped, baby.
Fuck, yes. Everybody come watch our video game.
We're back.
If you can hear this stream, come watch this stream.
They can hear the echoes in the ether.
And you guys missed it. I had a great conversation about how Heinlein's made exactly one good book, and the game crashed.
Well.
Oh no! And now Rin's on this fucking stream. God damn it! We're gonna have to throw this one away.
That can't be right.
Back into the trash. Back into the trash.
Damn it, Isaac.
Is that a virus that put that there?
I think so, because I'm sure you would have gotten rid of all your images of that character by now.
She just lives in my computer. She fucking
the
crawls
JPEGs
around like a
have become self-aware. They're hiding themselves from you.
Uh-huh. This is our house now. You can't get rid of us.
We know more about this computer than you do.
I mean, it would explain it.
Find this in the program files.
You want to know something? Actually, wait. James, have you played the video game? I can't think of it. Inscription. Have you played Inscription yet?
Oh my god. You can't stop yourself but wanting to spoil Inscription for people, man.
I just want to make sure, because if he has, then I can talk about a really funny thing I did in Inscription.
You goon.
Or maybe he's not here. So,
oh shit.
Arthur, you know the part...
Is James dead?
I mean, he's not talking.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's true. I was checking the Discord to see if he had DC'd, but
anybody checked his pulse? Like, is he breathing?
No. We'll send a wellness check over. Some social workers, make sure he's doing all right.
So you know the part
give him some juice packets.
you know that part in Inscription?
Oh, he's trying so hard not to be spoilers.
So the game keeps crashing every time I click out of the window, so that's fun.
Oh,
so...
Christ. Oh, yeah, I used to have that problem too. I forget what solved it. I want to say that was one of those things that Infinia just kind of fixed on its own while I was fuxing with other functions. And I didn't mean to say fuxing, but I'm glad that I did.
Yeah.
I'm going to try virtual full screen and see what happens if you'll... There we go.
That's true, Silos. That is a good spoiler-free description of a thing in Inscription. Thank you.
So,
see, that's a funny joke that doesn't hurt anyone, Isaac. Now, I'd like you to remember that concept while you continue with what you're saying. Please go on.
You know, remember the part where you have to make a really interesting choice to make a really strong card in the game?
There are many different ways to do that, so I don't know which one you're talking about. I'm assuming the one where you pick the art.
Nope, the one where you pick up.
This is what I'm talking about. That's too vague.
Yeah, that could be that game's subtitle.
Yeah, that's like every mechanic of that game.
No, the one where you pick a file on your computer.
Yes, I'm familiar.
You want to know what one I chose?
A video file that was 13 gigabytes.
I chose the executable for Kadoa Shoujo.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that just figures. I forgot that was the segue that got us here, so
I literally just put my headphones on, and the first thing I hear is Kadoa frickin' Shoujo.
Yeah, no.
Well, good. You didn't miss anything. I got the most important thing out of the way.
Definitely avoid Inscription spoilers, which Isaac has been trying to give out like Halloween candy since last month when he finished it.
I didn't finish it last month.
Isaac, you were on the wrong character, my dude.
God damn it!
Oh yeah.
What the fuck are you doing here?
It's because I had to load out and in 8 times, and I forgot which one.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. I can't really fault you on that. The neurodivergent mind does not adapt well when caught in a loop.
Henry, when did you get in here? Henry's on my bed. I looked. I made eye contact with Henry and he started wagging his tail.
Hi, Henry.
Fuck,
Hi,
man, don't
Henry.
do. Oh, thank God. For a second there, I thought my controller died now. PSO is being a real saucy boy to us tonight.
Huh.
I waved at him and he got really excited.
Oh.
Hey, love that.
Always got it.
That's just dog stuff, man.
I think now I just leave. Honestly, for whatever reason, Lauren, I like the setup where you're just a little bit bigger than everyone else.
Yeah, honestly, I was wondering if you were planning on keeping it that way, because you had moved me but not her, and I was like, I'm fine with this. I like Lauren as a kaiju looming over us.
It's definitely true to life.
Yeah. It's true of your energy.
Thank you.
What's your radioactive power?
Ooh.
Green.
That's pretty good. I like
It
that.
green. It inflicts green for 3 turns.
Bruh.
Shit, 3 turns? That's crazy.
It's OP.
I can't believe that. Honestly,
Dirty.
I hate the status effect green. It just...
It's ruining the meta.
It ruins the
Lorgazor
meta.
OP, please nerf.
It's my favorite color, so I feel like they're ruining my favorite color. God, what a bad... game developers just don't even know how to make video games anymore. I don't understand.
That's true.
Can't believe they would do that.
Shit. I really... yeah.
Yeah?
Damn you, Isaac, for getting me thinking about Inscription. Now I want to make Inscription jokes.
I
don't want to. I'm not going to do that shit.
Fair. Everybody play Inscription. It's really good.
It's really good. It's one of the best horror games to come out in the last 10 years. No kidding.
And TCGs, for that matter. Jesus.
I mean, yes. It is the best deck builder of all time, IMO.
Deck building's a part of the plot.
Uh-huh. The point is, it has a very postmodern approach to its storytelling style and makes use of certain postmodern elements that I've never seen done in a video game before, and is finally a piece that's pushing the medium like I've been wanting to see. See, there's a nice
finally someone's making postmodern video games.
I'm not saying there are no
one else has.
video games.
No good ones.
Every video game is postmodern these days.
Yeah,
it's just
but
this
there's
one
only
actually
one.
did good shit with it.
Yeah,
There's
it's
only
true.
one with the gumption to claim that it's the postmodern video game, man.
Postmodern RPG? Are you referring to?
Yes.
Ooh,
that one feels like it would
treat.
be. That one feels like it'd be a hate play for me. Like, I don't know if I could enjoy playing it.
Couldn't even.
Yeah, I don't know if I could get down on Yeek for even for the Vine.
Yeah, I watched enough of the Oni plays of it that I was like, this is maybe the worst written story I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, it's not
so fundamentally horrible on every single level.
It's the kind of thing that one of the only ways to, well, not one of the only ways. I'm sure there are people who genuinely enjoy it. You know what? I'm glad for you.
I'm sure they're out there, and I hope that they find some media that explores those themes in a deeper way that will realize that it's not a good game, and that Scott Pilgrim was what they were looking for all
I hope
along.
they find
Scott
Scott
Pilgrim.
Pilgrim. They're talking about Y2K, a postmodern RPG.
Which is the actual title of that.
It's the actual title, but it's actually even worse than that because it is formatted YIIK. So written down, it looks like it says Yeek.
Yeek.
Unnecessarily.
I don't even want.
You bad.
You're
Good
right.
instinct.
You're right.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't
the call.
want. Because the only thing you need to know about it is that it is a 100% top-to-bottom ripoff of Scott Pilgrim, but with more Rick and Morty elements, and that's about all you need to know about it. Right?
Yeah, it's like feel bad for Scott.
Yeah, exactly. It's Scott Pilgrim if the point of it was, hey, it's hard out here for young 20-something white guys. Be nicer to us.
The problem is I think they were trying to go for a you're supposed to hate Alex, but you just end up really fucking hating Alex.
Right, it's because the creator is a young person and is still writing too much of themselves into this character that they are trying to make what is more of a Scott Pilgrim-y nuanced like story about. So the reason why you feel that way is because the story beats themselves are like, this dude is bad, this dude is bad, everything he does is bad, he's a horrible person. But then all the dialogue is written in this way where it's like inviting the audience to be like, hey, actually, he's got it pretty hard, and like, maybe you shouldn't judge him so harshly. And it's like, no, but I should though, because that's all really shitty stuff.
Right.
It's not his fault. He's a total dick to a cartoonish degree to everyone in his life. He didn't have that many friends in college.
And he considers this non-character Ramona Flowers in here his property, basically. Because he's a fucking cool guy. Hey, everybody, if you haven't gone and watched Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, go watch it, because it's one of the best TV shows ever made.
It's quite good.
Is good. I feel like I've mentioned it at least once every week since I finished it, so...
The Scott Pilgrim franchise is a thing I have very much enjoyed experiencing over time, because Brian Lee O'Malley consistently grows as a person and as a writer each time that another swing is taken at it, and it really shows in the art.
I mean, I would still
say... You get down on Scott Pilgrim?
What's that?
You get down on a Scott Pilgrim?
Oh yeah, he loves the Scott Pilgrim. All of them. Yeah, man. Nice. Same.
I thought... Yeah.
I could place them in quality, but I do enjoy all of them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
yeah, totally.
And I totally feel the same way. And it has a lot to do with that like personal growth that you see in Brian Lee O'Malley as a person and a writer. Because it's like, I love all of them, and I love them for different reasons. But I think the best one's the most recent one because I think it's the one that shows the most overall growth.
I would still say, and the thing that I like about the most recent one though is it's also maturity from more of a standpoint, and this is what I really got away from it is him being like, hey, I still wouldn't have been here if I would have never made that thing to begin
absolutely.
with. So it's still
equal,
an appreciation
it's equal
of it.
parts. Yeah, no, I was never saying that it was not appreciating its old shit. It's see, this Isaac is that dangerous mind space you get in, where every time a remake comes out, you think that it's trying to replace the original. But Brian Lee O'Malley does such a good job of really making it feel like all of these pieces of this story are a part of it, and like they are all important to the development of the story as much as they are important to the development of him as a writer.
I mean, to a certain extent, I don't think that the new show could be enjoyed if you didn't watch and read all previous forms of Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, definitely not as much.
I think it could be entertaining, but
it could be entertaining because Tara watched it with me and she hasn't.
Yeah.
But I was having a different experience.
Right, obviously.
Yeah, you're missing out on some context that adds extra layers.
Mm-hmm. So many extra layers.
Yeah.
And now this is time for me to bring up a joke that I meant to bring up a while ago, and I don't remember why. I was going to say this. It had something to do with you, about people. That's what it was, people changing your Wikipedia, and I was going to be nobody's going to change your Wikipedia to that because they've already crossed you with Todd, and I want to get a little annoyed at the internet crossing fucking Wallace, who I love. Wallace and Todd, and I'm like, God damn it, guys.
There's two different characters in the new Scott Pilgrim that are like two halves of my exact being, and it's Gideon and Wallace. And you can feel however you want to feel about that, but I feel pretty fucking great about it.
That's a pretty scary mix. But I'm
scary mix. But baby, it's a fun ride.
I was telling Jackson, I was like, when did I become Wallace? When did I just become Wallace? I
think there's a little Wallace in all of us. He helps you advocate for yourself and be a little extra bitchy when you need to.
That said, I need to call the internet out, because, like, of course, again, I like what they did with Todd in this. I'm not complaining about that.
I think every single character is, like, elaborated on in a really good way. Except maybe the Kadiyanagi twins. I hope they get a second season so the Kadiyanagis can get some development.
Well, I was trying to get to you, and I fucked up.
It's okay. I'm fucking... It's a good thing that we're only playing on hard mode, or because I'm checked out. I'm having difficulty remembering how to play this game good.
But yeah, no, I have to once again call out the internet for being like, no, they're great, and it's like the whole point is
that they're not great.
They're not.
Oh, like as a couple.
Yeah,
Isaac. Yeah. I have great news for you. I've just devised the perfect fucking response comment to anybody online who feels the need to ship those two, and that's what sparks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And again, I like what they did with Todd because I've
been answered.
There's a super cool thing where they do about that, about like, well, it happened for one of them because they realized something about themselves.
Yeah, and so it was an important part of his development as a person. Yeah, exactly. It's awesome.
But Wallace is not a good partner for him.
No, of course not. Wallace is probably not a good partner for anyone.
Well, that's not true. Wallace got
It's definitely true. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he talks to his husband.
I love it.
He talks to his husband. Come on now.
We don't know how good their relationship is because we don't see much of it. That's all I'm saying.
Also, when we meet them, they haven't talked in like a month or something.
Yeah.
It really kind of feels like more of a functional sugar baby relationship, and you know, if that works for both of those people, then great.
I mean,
maybe the guy that works at Nintendo is a workaholic who has no interest in romance.
And who better for that to work for than fucking Wallace?
Exactly. Wallace is the perfect trophy husband. Stay at the house, make sure it's clean, and party there all the time, which will make you seem really cool to all of your socialite friends.
What I'm trying to say is, when did I fucking become Wallace?
You're not Wallace. You've got too much of a heart. That's why I say that I'm a cross between Wallace and Gideon. But
glad you recognized
only
that.
new show depressed Gideon because
I figured that's what you meant.
Literal monster.
Yeah, if you y'all ever wanted to
Yeah. Yeah, please go on. I know exactly what you're about to say.
to get a taste of it, anime Arthur, a caricature of Arthur.
Yeah, if you ever want to see
anime
exactly what I look like while I'm streaming, then you can watch the Scott Pilgrim show, because there's an episode where he's wearing sweatpants and a No Fear t-shirt, and he looks exactly like me.
Pretty much, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna watch Scott Pilgrim. And
Real good.
We
It
talked
fills my
about
heart
it.
with joy.
We talked about it so much. Again, the only other thing that I really enjoyed was there's also like even an element of it that is like Edgar Wright kind of apologizing and trying a better job this time. I think that's a genuine joke in there that they do.
Oh, 100% it is, yeah.
For sure.
Like
Fucking
because
love that
you know,
character.
because this is one of the whole things about Scott Pilgrim and its complex relationship with society and how people react to it, because it has always been a good story and a good intentioned story, but like the comic less so, but the movie definitely had some character choices and jokes that did not go over with a lot of people. And so
Michael Cera not being Scott Pilgrim.
I mean, listen, I agree
I think
that the
fine,
casting was
but-
weird when I first saw it, or when I first heard about it, but I honestly think that he did a killer job in the role.
I think he's a good pick because my whole thing about Scott is he's an asshole and also a fucking dweeb, and it doesn't make sense how he gets girlfriends.
It's because he's
To
cute.
me.
I just think that Michael Cera Scott Pilgrim was way too much of I'm just small bean. You can't be too mad at me.
See, I totally get that, and I I agree that that's not as good as it is in the comic, but it's I feel like it was one of those metered choices in the movie to kind of pull some of the emotional punches more so that it was a more digestible movie for a wide audience, which obviously I wish they hadn't done, because all of those writing decisions were done for naught because of that weird fucking opening weekend snafu that made it so that some other stupid Michael Bay movie made it so that Scott Pilgrim made no money in the box office. So it's all of the choices you made to make it more of a lowest common denominator movie didn't end up mattering anyway. So that's a bummer.
Michael Bay is a bastard man.
I don't even remember if it was a Michael Bay movie. It might have been something else, but it was something along those lines, like a big dumb Hollywood blockbuster with big explosions and no themes.
It was Cool Boys.
It was Cool World, starring Brad Pitt.
And, well, that's mean.
I'm
More
kidding,
Tom
because
Hanks.
Cool
No.
World is also a cult hit akin to Scott Pilgrim. It's actually probably less popular than Scott Pilgrim by a pretty significant
I would
margin.
say so.
I've
Hey,
never
get
heard
these,
of it.
you want these dye fluids?
Oh yeah, sure.
They're back there.
Hey, bro, you want these
Our
liquids?
friends have helpfully dropped some stacks for us.
Sweet.
There's a couple here.
Thank you for wrangling my brain, because I'm just wandering around I'm just Poopy taking his first steps, and I'm trying not to fall down the stairs, you know.
Oh, and all this, if nothing else, for anybody out there who hasn't seen it yet or hasn't seen it and seen everything else, there's a really good Edgar Wright reference in there. It's so fucking funny. It's my favorite thing in the whole thing. I'm not gonna lie. It's so good. when he appeared,
I assume
it's
I
like,
know the one you're
holy
talking
shit.
about.
Huh?
I assume I know the one you're talking about because there are many references to Edgar Wright throughout. Obviously,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
not
I
to
mean-
get into spoilers, but there's a whole episode that's more or less, hey everybody, let's talk about the movie, which is a great fucking episode.
It's a great episode, and it really threw me for a loop to be like whether or not I was on the fence about this show in some ways, and made me go, okay, I think I like this because the show is fucking weird.
The show is weird, and the show is fucking ambitious as hell. It takes on
Yes.
an unreasonable number of thematic elements and fucking social commentary in 10 goddamn episodes. It's nuts.
And yet some people I've still seen call it a slice of life, and I'm like, what the fuck
That's
show
because
did you
people
watch?
are always going to hate on Scott Pilgrim, no matter how good it is. That's just the facts. And in some of those cases, I think it's more justified than others. I knew a lot of people who just watched the movie and were like more progressively minded than I was at the time that it came out, and were like, yeah, no, I'm not. That whole line about being bi-curious and it being a phase didn't really go down super smooth for me. And I'm like, yeah, no, that makes sense. That is a bummer line. And
Or, you
Ramona's
know, the whole
summer
dating a high
character in the
schooler
movie,
thing.
because Ramona didn't really get written fully until the show. But
Also,
guys,
the fact that dating a high schooler was like half of the entire movie when that was only a small part of the comic.
True.
I was like, why did you choose this
Yeah,
to
I mean,
focus on?
so that's one of those things that has like that's tickled my brain enough over the years that I've kind of come to the theory that like I think that Edgar Wright had the well-intentioned idea of making Knives Chow a more integral character to the plot, which I think was like a good sentiment, but that the way that it manifested in the movie was not good.
It's like
Yeah,
the main plot point,
right.
which was bizarre.
But I
Yeah.
think the reason why it was the main plot point, I think, was to kind of actually keep a little bit of that, like, punch to the Scott's a bad dude, even though he's been presented as a little bit, I'm just a small bean this
Yeah,
whole
even though
movie.
he's got little baby energy.
I think
and
that
that's
was
because Michael
the
Cera
main
can't help
reason.
himself to be a little baby.
It's true.
See,
I mean,
I actually don't agree with that, though, because Michael Cera proved he can be Scott in this new series.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
it's true.
He was
I feel like
directed
it was
to be Michael Cera.
You
But I think
can't-
that's
Yeah.
also because Brian Lee O'Malley was more involved in the series, like overall, than he was in the movie, because he was just like a writing consultant on the movie, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that was one of those things that was Edgar Wright's call to make Scott that way, and was an L, but we forgive him for it because he's Edgar Wright.
But yeah, I totally agree that
Yeah,
like
100%.
the way that Michael Cera's career has gone and the different acting that he's done since that movie came out a million years
What
ago.
What has he done? He's no longer a child baby
the way
boy. He
that
can't do
he
no more.
connected Scott this time was like perfect.
Yeah, 100%.
What has he done? I haven't.
I mean, he does a lot of like indie movies, like mumblecore type stuff, and just kind of like off, like
He did. It's more like
did
now that
earlier.
mumblecore's not really a thing anymore. It's more like
obviously.
yeah, it's kind of like
feels silly even saying it now because I feel like most people don't even know what I'm talking about because
Like,
it's
no one
because
knows what
it's
mumblecore
already like that irrelevant. But
I mean,
when
I
I'm
didn't-
talking about kids as Juno, Juno in the movies that look like it, we called those mumblecore.
I mean, yeah, I didn't know about that term until well after the fact.
Right.
What does that
But-
term even mean? That feels like that term doesn't mean anything.
I mean,
You know how-
it means what it sounds like it means. In that
You know how
it's
core is used in nomenclature for,
it's just trying
things.
to pin
It's
down a
just,
vibe. That's
you know, like a lot of angsty mumbling.
yeah, exactly. Garden State, Nick and Nora's, you know the type.
And I
But
forgot
so
that
since
Juno
then
was-
he's kind of like broken away and become kind of an outsider artist who does mainly like pretty good drama, like prestige dramas, and then just kind of very weird indie drama movies or like dramedies and stuff.
Huh.
But he's a good actor. He was undersold by his early career.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of sold as a dweebus.
Cast early on.
Because he was the perfect aesthetic look for that mumblecore thing that everyone was going for at the time. It was like, oh, he's the perfect soft boy, and that's why everyone is in love with soft boys now. And you know, no shade. I love me a good soft boy from time to time, but don't put the man in a box. He's got more up in the tank than that.
Do more, even though his face is the perfect dweebus face, and his hair is the perfect dweebus hair. And his body is the perfect dweebus body.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should shave his head.
Yeah, Michael Cera, Bic shaved is gonna be a good look.
Shave his head.
Chrome dome, 8-ball.
Definitely
Like,
face tat.
Get a huge
Face.
beard,
Oh, yeah.
or change his entire face, and then
He's got
just
to
get
full
fucking
on-
shredded.
Yeah, and go full on Howie Mandel and like use turtle wax on that shit, so it like gleams like the sun. He's
There
gonna
you
look
go,
like
Michael Cera.
fucking Mr. Clean, dude.
We've changed you. You've been changed, Michael Cera. I hope you appreciate. I hope you appreciate
What
it.
a weird, scary thing to say.
You have spoken you your new truth.
Arise.
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 Guys, are we just inventing necromancy
Wake up.
over here?
Lord Dweebus.
Something like we're getting into the trade of manipulative magics.
Holy fuck.
I need me a resta.
Thank you. We're good at video games. We'll get better now that we're mentally well enough to start playing again.
Nice.
This is what happens. Mental health. See, kids, adults, everyone. Mental health ain't no fucking joke. If it's bad enough that I'm forgetting how to play my fucking favorite game from my youth, that's a problem. Go get yourselves checked out. Get some medicine. Get you some therapy.
Get the brain chemicals right.
The brain chemicals going all good for you, and because trust, you don't want to see the other side of that shit. It's bad.
This
Well, take
bad, this
back up.
bad, this really, really bad.
Thank you for the Shrek reference.
Absolutely.
My D&D group has taken to saying that to everything, and now it's in my brain.
D&D in-jokes are some of the best ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it takes a special kind of brain to play D&D, and I think that their brains are just built different in the way that jokes are made.
It's true.
Anybody want to club a
Built trick up.
lacanium?
Huh?
Anybody want to club a lacanium?
Anyone want a Club Laconium and a barista and a customer?
Does any of them have hit?
I don't know.
No. Hell no, dude.
Then
If it did, I would have sold
Fucking
it.
trash!
Yeah.
Would you
And
want
sell
to
it to the
code
team,
Yeah.
right?
did have hit?
A club of
team?
Laconium? Probably not, but
That's a genuine question.
well, I would want it, but that's more out of my prestige collection more so than that I would ever use it.
Hi, Kirby. Welcome back.
Hey, what up?
Hey, we're playing
Oh.
again. We did it.
Baby, the mental health juices is flowing and we can play some PSO again.
O to you as well.
An ode to you as
Oh.
well, my
Special
side
up to you.
Oh me, oh my.
Was that like an O, or is that like an O, or is that like an O, or is that like an O?
I think it's the second to last one you did.
You've given Isaac an existential crisis.
I know.
Or is it like a...
I'm just languishing in it.
It's 2 letters. All right.
Nice, I was right.
Thick.
Which one more with the one that was.
Oh.
Oh.
But what about...
Well, no one can feel that one looking at PSO, I don't think.
That's true.
That doesn't seem physically
No.
possible.
If there's one thing it's not, it's that.
Now what about... Oh!
Wow.
Scary.
That one I think
I wouldn't even
shot somebody in chat, I'm sorry.
the same way, you know? That's gotta be different. That's gotta be more letters than just OH.
That was a little bit of a Doppler effect I was going there for, and that's my one allotted scream for the night, I think.
Lowercase O, capital H.
That's pretty great, because the Doppler effect didn't come through at all. It just sounded really fucking loud.
God. I gotta stop those. I actually feel bad. There was a couple early...
Man, we're all growing. Streaming's hard. Funny Scream was the thing for too long.
Funny Scream is fine, but I didn't quite have my settings good enough to accommodate for Funny Scream, and I got a little too overzealous for it. And I felt so bad. I think I've talked about this before, but like, there's a popular thing where, you know, you raid somebody and then they'll share a clip from the page. And honestly, I'm so glad that you like our community has like saved a lot of great clips. You guys have done a great job. And there's one clip that I'm super sad about because in context, it was like a really funny moment. But at the time, I hadn't quite figured out my audio. Like, I still was like a little bit on the loud side. I'd gone from being a little on the quiet side to being more on the loud side. I didn't realize that my volume was that loud, and I rated to somebody and they played the clip. And I got called, and somebody called it the funny term. I don't know if it's the one where you say it's your ear bad. That one, and I felt just a pang of sorrow.
Yeah.
I felt a pang of sorrow, and I was like, I'm really so sorry. That I apologize so profusely.
I'm sorry that that's the way that that lesson had to be delivered unto you, but I am glad that the audio levels are being addressed, because it was a concern of mine before too.
Yeah, and I feel like,
but you know, I never want to push you when on anything, because we've had bad experiences with that in the past.
And I think, like, again, I actually went through a lot of my clips and was like looking for that. Like, it happened twice, and I was like, okay, no, this is gone. I'm sorry, just no.
Yeah,
just
for sure.
no. And because again, like, I don't want to be that. Funny Scream doesn't mean you now have a headache.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, we still will always have. I could hear you in my dreams. That will always be.
Can I get another telepipe? I was just.
Oh, sorry.
We'll always have I can hear you in my dreams, but you'll have to go out and find it yourself and adjust the audio, but I'm not gonna make people hear that. It makes me sad. that happened. That had happened.
Everybody, I'm not even sure what that means, but I love it.
One is a little too quiet, and one is...
Hi everybody, how's it going on stream?
Oh God, no, stop! You just talked about not doing this anymore!
It's
alright, it was funny.
Don't clip that! Don't clip it, please!
Clip it.
Don't clip it, please! I'll have to delete it!
I mean, it's okay, Isaac. We already know that this stream has to go in the trash because Rin was in it, so...
Yeah, you're right.
So, actually, this is all... We can all just relax, loosen up. This is like a active stream, you know?
Say some really offensive terms.
Stop.
Comedy that really pushes boundaries.
Any language you've been wanting to get out of your system.
I'm gonna have to call for support. Michael, Sarah, where are you? What changed to you? I need your help.
I need wholesomeness stat.
I need your help, Michael, Sarah. My friends are taking over.
To tell me it's gonna be okay.
Get Measurehead on the stream. No.
No!
No. And all you need to know is if you ever play Disco Elysium, make sure
Which
that
you should.
play
I
it.
think you'd really like it.
Make sure to play it in the privacy of a place. Because
That's not a live stream, for example.
people encounter.
What happened?
There's an element of that game that the game is extremely well written, and there is an element of that game about how it's a bit of a dystopian nightmare where everyone is a fucking horrible monster person generally.
In some way, shape, or form, no matter what.
One is a guy named Measurehead who's all about explaining his critical race theory to you.
Yup.
Basically, yeah.
He is
Wow.
a nightmare.
Pretty bad.
And I'm glad.
It's both pretty bad and really good from a writing perspective because the like whole universe of the game is fictitious. So like all of these like racial epithets and like these racist concepts he's talking to you about are like metaphorically applicable to reality, but they're like not the terms that we use at all.
And
it's very interestingly written.
Yeah, and it's very clear, like a lot of his analogs, and it's very clear that it's...
overt. I mean, it is overt.
Yes. And it's very clear that there are many flavors of god-awful extremists in that game, and they're all god-awful.
The game is a bit about sort of like the kind of
Petri dish.
yeah, the human petri dish and sort of like tightrope walking between these extremes because so many other people are taking these extreme viewpoints.
Mm-hmm. Regardless if you want to or
it's
not.
It's a scary, depressing nightmare, and I think you'd enjoy it because it's got big season 1 of True Detective energy.
It's good. I want to play more of it so bad.
Yeah, we'll get back to it. I've got enough mental health juice for PSO now, but we'll work on getting Disco Elysium back into the mix because that game is dark. Puts me in a place.
I mean, hey, at our best though, it puts us in a place for some honestly
That's
really
true. We get pretty slap happy to try and counteract how fucking horrible every NPC in that game is.
Yeah. Hey, except for the dice saleswoman, she's good.
Yeah.
In universe phrenology, so like you
Rake a seal phrenology.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, you should play a cast and talk about how you know your head is made to the perfect of measurements, and the flesh beings are the ones with the imperfect skull shapes.
You gotta play the Raycast with the wide flat head.
Yeah, exactly. The best head.
Whoa!
Holy
Listen,
shit!
Just because he has, well, maybe yeah, he's the best.
Well, I mean, my favorite obviously is just the fucking Hugh cast head, but that's just because it's Unit 1. But the wide head is real funny.
What am I doing in here? What do I got?
Good question.
Got nothing. I gotta put away a mono grinder. Christ almighty, how do I play this game again? What am I doing?
Photon launcher, baby.
James, I have to apologize. I was just gonna say I have to apologize for the 3 other co-hosts' rampant ADHD.
Fine.
We don't know what the fuck we're doing.
I'm leaving anyway.
Well, hey, it was great streaming with you again, bud.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is there anything you'd like?
Again.
Yeah.
We will.
Is there anything you'd like to tell the audience?
Remember that phrenology is not a real thing.
It's not. It's
Unless
very
you're
much
talking
not.
about cops.
Damn.
God bless.
Because the more thumb-shaped they are, the higher rank is.
It's true. It's there's like a diminishing effect of that in the military too. I'm sure you've noticed that as well.
That's more about flatheads.
Yeah, that's true. The flathead's more popular, but every now I want to say jarheads have the thumbhead guys.
That's
like
fair, but they
Marines-
usually
Marines
retire
tend
into
to
the police
be-
force.
Yeah, exactly. So the thumbhead is it's a it's a communicable skill that they can put on their resume.
They learned how to brutalize people already, so
I already know how to kill people really good.
you're the new chief, day one.
Welcome to the
Good
force.
job.
It's like, what? That's no fun. I don't get to do any beat cop work. How am I gonna kill anybody?
You have a whole nail
you'll
on
find-
you.
Just think about it, Chief. You can kill so many more people if you just send the order.
With the powers of delegation.
There'll be
Police
there will
feel like pepper spraying a whole city.
you won't even have to get any blood in your mug.
Well, through America, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Damn, guys, thanks for joining us for the Virtual Boys black-pilled reunion. Because that was
so
the
good
that was
to
the
have
most
you back.
that was the most black-pilled shit we've done on stream in a while.
Yeah.
We've missed you.
Yay! I've missed
Phantasy.
doing it. Anxiety's just a bear, man. And depression is maybe a worse bear, or like a big
ADHD is like a wolf man, or like a
or like
monster
like a
man.
fucking like a bloody cock.
Well, I have ideas.
We have ideas too.
I was gonna say I'm most prepared for something Kirby, but what do
Yeah,
you?
that's basically what we were thinking too.
Yeah. What?
So we were
what?
basically like Superstar or Air Ride would be fun. Like we'd be down to just do like
Yeah.
another goof Air Ride stream, or also
Try to
start on
remember.
Superstar.
If we want to cut our teeth on Superstar, that's what I was like. If we wanted something more chill, I think Air Ride's an easy pick. But if you wanted to go straight into Superstar, I've been craving to try Superstar again. I haven't played that game in such a long time. Okay. All
Right
right.
into the Great Cave Offensive.
Thank you, Base
immediately.
God, James in the chat.
He is base.
Your black pills keep us alive.
He is base. Duh. He is base. Duh.
Yeah, I'm enjoying all this PSO measurehead sort of rhetoric.
Yeah, feel free to clip PSO Measurehead, because that is the funniest shit in the world.
Uh-huh. Hey, Theta.
Oh, what up, Theta?
Hey.
We're just about to switch games, so this will take me a second. This will take me a hot second. But here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna open up the game. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up the game. Then I'm gonna get you guys in here, and then we gotta probably set up a controller.
Jesus
I love
fucking Christ.
shit-pilled.
Yeah, Shitpilled's incredible. Also, I only just got around to reading Kirby's incredible MeasureCast roleplay up there. I'm fucking dying.
I
Good night, James.
did not see that. Good night,
Love
James. Love you, bye.
Oh shit, I need to close this
fucking
fucking
Yeah,
game.
It's
Yeah,
quite
let
good.
me read it to you while you're pulling this shit up. The Humar was once a powerful race. In version 1, you wielded the spread needle with great power and would cast Shifter Shifter to greater effect than any other class. But now your inability to use buffs and traps renders you irrelevant. MeasureCast glances at his ample trap storage. It's incredible. It's so on the nose for how Measurehead's dialogue is written.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very well done.
Listen, that man has opinions.
He sure does, and he would love to share them with
He
you.
really wants you to know what his opinion is, and I really
Mhm.
don't. I really don't.
Yeah, same. It's there are a handful of point-and-click adventure games that have made me do some things that have put me in like a profound level of discomfort. I don't know the likes of which I've seen in anything other than these specific kind of situations, but like the game kind of backing me into a corner to like talk to Measurehead about race theory. And there is an excellent scripted sequence in Kentucky Route Zero, which I will not spoil because it's awesome, and it is the like baller cliffhanger at the end of one of the episodes. But it is a very dramatic scene with a decision that the character has been struggling with the entire like thing. And it's one of those ones where it brings up, it's like, well, do you want to do this? And then it gives you the one button option to do it. And obviously, I've seen that done in a ton of different games.
I'm dead. Oh my god, that was so much louder than I was expecting. Oh god, make it stop. You're in the way.
We actually didn't get around to getting Measurehead to talk about the SRS yet, I don't think. But I think he's probably going to avoid talking to Measurehead for the rest of streaming it. He'll go find those Measurehead dialogue options on his private playthrough.
You should ask Measurehead about COVID, though.
Oh, fuck.
He's got some dope thoughts.
I'm sure he does.
Okay,
what the fuck was I just talking about?
Measurehead.
No, before Measurehead.
I don't know.
Nah, damn it.
I have no idea.
I was in the middle of a thought, and then
Kentucky Route Zero.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of indie games do that, like, you know, the scary hard decision that you don't want to make, we only give you the one option type thing. It's done quite a bit, but in this one, like, I was just like stopping and thinking if there was anything else that I could do with the mechanics I had at hand, and I saw as my hand was not on the mouse. Or no, my hand was on the mouse, but I wasn't moving it. The mouse started drifting toward the button. And I was like, is my hand moving? And I looked at my hand and it wasn't. And I was like, no. And so I started trying to fight against the cursor, but you can't.
Oh.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
interesting.
It's such a killer scene.
I'm ready,
I'm
ready for you animals. Get my goddamn computer.
I mean, for example, there's a couple of different things in Inscription that harken to that. Not exactly the same way, but a similar kind of like, you know, false positive of false sense of control taken away from you in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I have a really cool theory about or reading, I should say, of Inscription. Remind me after stream, Isaac, because I want to tell you about it. But it's major spoilers, so it's I can't hear, not right here, right now. That would be dangerous.
In front of all these people.
All these
people with my dick out and stuff.
Oh no!
Probably watched me play
what's
it.
my dick out?
Yeah,
don't tell anyone.
How'd
don't put this on my Wikipedia either.
I don't know why.
Oh, fuck.
I mean,
This game is so cute.
It's the
Fuck.
What's the best game?
It's so good.
It's such a good game.
Here. Well, I do this.
It's been a minute. It's been like since college.
Yeah. It might have been since college for me too. Damn.